Yo, what's good? It's your boy Dot from Dot Me Now Coaching and Entertainment. For coaching, my links are down below. Today is day 9 of my Hamashiach fast. I'm going for 40 days. The next time I'm going to eat is September 4th, which is pretty much a month from now, Um, but in today's video, I want to talk about nine ether because fasting has allowed me to access my etheric body way more. I mentioned that in like a video a while back, and while doing that, I've been able to access nine ether more. Not full blown like nine ether like DNA, because when people say that we have nine ether DNA and stuff like that, that needs to be a bit more specific, because beings that have true nine ether DNA are able to like I actually did a whole breakdown on nine ether DNA on my Patreon. But to keep things simple in this video, right? Beings that have actual nine ether DNA, they're able to literally make their body exist on like planes 1 through 9. Like they could take their physical body into the etheric plane, into the astral plane, to the mental plane, to the cosmic plane, so on and so forth, right? They could actually like exist on those planes in like a physical way, you could say, right? Now, when it comes to us, right, you know, I'll just because I don't like I don't like separating races of people, but if I have to be honest, right, like original black people, and I say original because a lot of us are mixed, like with a whole bunch of other shit. You know what I'm saying? As black people, you know what I'm saying? But like original black people, right? They came from beings that had nine ether DNA, which means that humans or those humans have higher nine ether potential, meaning that they have more potential to access nine ether DNA. But every single human has potential to access actually 12 ether DNA. Some could say 13 ether, which is also where 12 DNA strands and 13 DNA strands come from. You know what I'm saying? If you were to activate all your strands of DNA, you could actually move yourself through every single plane of existence in like a physical manner. You feel me? This is how like the Taoist immortals. This is how the Taoist immortals are able to actually like make their body become non-physical and then exist in like a higher plane of existence. So, with all that being said, though, what we can do is access our etheric body and then tap into the different kinds of ether on every single plane of existence, right? This is what allows you to actually access the energy of a certain plane and then bring that energy into your physical body. Because what even is ether? Ether, right, is the substance that turns one state of matter into another state of matter. So the way that we basically see it is how ether is actually the substance that turns um, astral matter into physical matter, which essentially is just turning light into matter. You know what I'm trying to say? If we're gonna like keep it like basic and in a simple way to understand, ether turns light into physical matter. You see? That's why light can exist as a wave or a particle. Inside the wave state, right? You know what I'm saying? It has to go through as a wave. It has to go through. It has to go through ether to become a particle. You know. I don't know how scientists are going to prove that shit, but I mean, scientists already mentioned how we have wave particle duality, and they just don't understand why that is. And the reason why is because before the light moves through ether, you know what I'm saying, it exists as a wave, right? Anyway, so ether is what transforms one state of matter into another one. But that means that this is why it also exists on higher planes too. Like even though there's like a main etheric plane, every single plane has a etheric subplane. You know what I'm trying to say? This would be like plane 1.2 or plane 2.2 or plane 3.2 or plane 4.2. The point 2 would always be like where like that second sublayer of that plane is always where you have like this etheric substance that transforms that state of matter into the new one. So before the 9D became the 8D, right? You had divine matter right inside the 9D, which moved through ether and then became celestial matter or celestial energy. So divine energy became celestial energy because it moved through ether. You see, and if you are able to tap into your etheric body, you can be able to you can actually start accessing the different ethers on every single plane, right? So when it comes to doing this, the more that you do this, you can actually activate those ethers inside your DNA and then actually be able to actually transform your body like into a different state of matter. You know what I'm trying to? Because you can actually move your body through the ether. You know, and you can actually like, and your etheric body is fully integrated with your physical body. So it's like it's transforming itself through the ether into a higher state of energy and matter. You see. But when you do it just on like a consciousness and an energetic level, it's still very powerful because you could literally experience the energy of a certain plane. And I've been telling y'all in previous videos how I've been tapping into 9D consciousness way more, which is allowing me to access my 9 ether potential way more. And I already had like an etheric upgrade like last year. It was around, it was like during fall time, which I was getting more integrated with the Inakata energy, which is the beings that have 93 DNA, true 93 DNA, right? And I was experimenting with it back then, which is how I even began understanding 9D consciousness, but I didn't like fully I wasn't really experiencing the energy with the sound myself like that. You feel me? Now, yeah, it actually led me to make this post on my Instagram, right? I like to bring these up pretty often. I don't always share the God damn it. I don't always share the post that I make on my Instagram, but every single day of the fast, I always make like a little post in the morning. It's just like something that what's just on my mind. I just be guided to write stuff. And here's why I wrote this one, right? I'm gonna tell you what I wrote and why I wrote it. So I said, Hamashiach fast day 9. The human body is a literal conductor of energy, and there is an infinite reservoir of energy contained within the space in and all around us. The Egyptians understood this state of being as aligning yourself with the Neteru Shu, which is space, and Tefna, which is the energy inside of space. Upon reaching this state of consciousness, one realizes that when their mind becomes empty, they can begin to access the infinite energy which is contained within and all around them. Now I see what they meant. Because when it comes to the etheric body is what literally allows you to actually like transmute, is what allows you to transfer energy. The etheric body is what lets you actually transfer those other energetic forces outside of you into your body. And your body naturally conducts electricity. Like scientists already knows this shit. Like your body sends electric, like your brain sends electric signals all around your body so it can communicate within itself like that. That's how your brain communicates, through electric signals, right? And the thing is, with your etheric body is literally a transductor and a transmuter of energy. So when you tap, because literally the space around you is ether, right? Like Shu represents space and represents ether. You feel me? And then Tefnut is the energy inside the ether, you know? So with your etheric body, you can access the ether all around you and the energy inside that ether. Then literally bring that and conduct that into your body and then transmit that all throughout your body and then feed off the energy inside the space around you. And as you get deeper inside the ether, you can tap into the ether on other planes of existence as well, right? And 90 energy is so lit, bro, because like that's like where shit be that's where you find the more stable aspects of creation. That's where you actually tap into the things in creation which has never changed because creation is based upon these laws, right? And when you live from that state, bro, life becomes so easy because all you have to do is just live in accordance with these divine laws. Most people, like everybody, is technically living in accordance with them, but they're doing it in illusory ways. So, for example, consciousness creates reality. That's a basic law. But most niggas don't think that. Now, because they don't think that, they don't really experience that. At least not in a conscious manner. They're still like their consciousness is still making reality, but because they believe that it's not happening like that, they're able to find every reason why that's not true, even though it is. You see, so they're still following the law, but since they're living inside of an illusion, they can't utilize the laws, right? And because they can't utilize the laws and because they're acting against the laws, things keep on happening which seem like unharmonious to them. And that's because like if someone's constantly going through issues, that's not harmony, right? But when people don't realize that consciousness is what creates the reality, that's already living in disharmony right there. You're not living in accordance with that law in a conscious manner. The law is still manifesting and it's still working inside your life, but you're not living in accordance with it. So now you're experiencing disharmony because you're living in a disharmonious manner. But when you actually align with the laws, you live in a harmonious manner, then you realize how things flow according to that law. And then when things around you try to act out of accordance with that law, as long as you stay firm with that divine law and those divine understandings, things naturally rework themselves. And I can literally promise you that with what I've been experiencing inside of my life, bro. Because before, when certain shit would happen, I would react in certain ways, which would just make shit worse. Because now I'm acting like what's happening outside of me is something that quote unquote shouldn't be happening, and it's something that's out of my control, and that I need to get it under control by acting in the outside world. Whole entire time, what's happening outside of me is a reflection of what's happening inside of me. And if I were to just change the inside and align myself with the divine laws, at that point, the external reality would align with those divine laws as well. You know, shit is so lit. But yeah, man. That's a quick little message I want to drop about nine ether and how I'm tapping into that, and how it's really amazing and transforming my life in really beneficial ways. And I'm gonna end this video right here. I love you all. Catch my next video. Peace the freak out.